Hey guys, welcome back to another World of Tanks patch video with Nethervoid on dungeongurunet, and I got some new footage for you today. Pretty exciting, 7.5 finally. I've been doing a lot of 7.4 footage, and that stuff's out the window now. You're looking at the Super Pershing. It's a new Tier 8 medium gold tank that's going to be put out in 7.5 on Americans. Obviously, it's an American tank. It's 7,200 gold, that's probably the only good thing about it. And let's pull this up. I don't know if that'll change. Oh, it doesn't tell you in this, but it's 7,200 gold when I bought it. Just looking at the stats real quick, 1,450 hit points. That seems pretty normal. Here's the really bad part about this tank. It's a 10 to 1 power to weight ratio, and that's the real problem here. It really needs to be at least 15 to 1. It's so sluggish, it doesn't barely move, and the turret traverse is pretty bad at 24. Overall, at a 56 overall traverse, this thing drives like a heavy tank. This basically is a heavy tank, and you'll see it in the video I'm about to show you. I just wanted to go over some stats in the garage first before we get into it. The armor is pretty good at 102 in the front, and 76 is on the sides, but it's got some spaced armor and stuff, so the armor is pretty effective, which is really good since this thing has really crappy mobility, which is weird that it's a medium. If you look at the gun here, the gun is pretty bad at 170. Well, it's pretty bad. A tier 8 with a 170 pen gun and with 240 damage on medium that basically plays like a heavy is bad. The reload speed's pretty good. That's about the only thing this thing has going for it, because it's got a worse gun than the IS-6. So, in my opinion, this is actually worse than the IS-6. Now, the IS-6 is more expensive. It's over 10,000 gold. And this tank is the only good thing is it's kind of cheap. So let's get this thing into a match now that we've looked at it a little bit and see what it can do. So what you're looking at here is actually the first game I ever played in this tank. Sand River Assault, and we are on defense. Nice matchmaking, obviously. Tiers 6, 7s, and 8s. That's another thing that's going to be changing with 7.5 is I only got a few games where I was matched up with tanks 3 tiers higher than myself, and that's because I was in a scout tank. So all the tanks that were non-scouts, supposedly the matchmaking now should be within 2 tiers. It's just pretty cool. So there should only be pretty much 3 tiers in any game that you play, except unless you're a scout, or I think artillery, probably something like that. So this is the new approach I'm taking on this defense. Is actually, since this is a heavy, and you can see it's driving super slow, and the turning is not very good, and actually other heavies are outpacing me, which is pretty bad for. I don't see how this is a medium tank. Maybe just because the engine's crap, so it drives slow. But anyway, seems to be the heavy approach on the defense side, because I was thinking maybe I could flank some people over here, but there really is no place to flank. This is really a choke point, so choke points are heavy territory. But since this tank is pretty much a heavy, it worked out. So we're coming up on some resistance here now, finally. It almost looks like on this map the defenders attack, because if you try to defend, there's nowhere to hide on that side of the map, really. You could kind of hide behind the sand dunes and stuff, and that's probably what we should be doing. But generally, the attack on this side seems to work pretty good. So, Tiger, no go. Now, this is with 100% crew. You saw my crew. I've only had one match in this tank. Boom! Of course, taking out a Tiger is not, it doesn't mean this tank's awesome. I would much rather have a T-34, or I guess the low is getting an increase to credit earning. That's going to make it pretty awesome. Nice shot on that M6. Again, not hard to hit. Reload speed, again, you can see it's pretty good. It's one of the things I like about it. And let's get another shot on the M6. Oh, no, he backed up. So yeah, I'm really, I want to get a little bit of footage of the low credit earning potential. And see, I took a shot and did not get hit. From the other Super Pershing, by the way, I think. But I hit him. So if I hit him with a 170 gun, Super Pershing, if it goes up against tier 10s, which it probably will, it's going to get juiced. Or even tier 9s, really. No. I hit him with no damage. So, Yeah, I'm really interested to see what the low can do. I've had the low for a long time, but I haven't been driving it because the T-34 with the bigger gun, it just makes more money. Right in the turret. Right in the turret. M6 tracked, he's pretty dead. It's because he's sideways. Don't go sideways in that. So I think that... Is that the Dicker Max? I think that's the Dicker Max. No, that wasn't the Dicker Max. That was Jag Panther 2. And I wanted to get that tank, and I'm trying to unlock it, but it's going to take a lot of games to unlock. You have to play the... Here we go. Side. Anytime you can get a shot on a Ferdy on the side, take it. You have to unlock the Jag Panther 2 from the Jag Panther 1, because the Jag Panther 2 is a new Tier 8 German TD. Nice. If you're going to give me your side armor, this tank rocks if you're going to give side armor. Now, I can't get any flanks with this tank because it is so slow and the acceleration so poor. So, really it's going to have to be up to the noobs to give you some side armor. Because with 170 pen, even picking out weak points, you're still going to have a hard time hitting people. I'd probably take the IS-6 over this tank, actually. Which is pretty sad. Although the IS-6 is a lot more costly. So, I'm doing RTB because it looks like they're closing in on the base. And since this thing is slow, you got to do it early. So I'm the closest one. Turn around. Let's do this. So far I'm pretty impressed with the armor. But when I think of a medium, I'd really love to have a new gold medium that actually flanks. Like the Type. I mean, it doesn't have to be any overpowered or anything. It doesn't need to be that. That's not what I mean by I'd like another Type. But I want a flanking medium because I'm having more fun with flanking tanks and stuff now. Now that I know the game really well, and once you get to know the maps and stuff, you can take advantage of flank moves more, or you have a better opportunity to do that since you know the maps, and so it's nice to have those fast flankers to do that kind of stuff. So I was really hoping this tank had more like a 20-to-1 power to weight ratio, or even 15. I'd take that. 18 would be probably the sweet spot, and then this gun would probably be perfect. 170 pen on a flanking shots like that. It's that'd be great. But as is, probably not buying this tank. I would not suggest buying it, even although it is cheaper. This is probably like a $35 tank, as opposed to like a $50 low or T-34. So it is a little bit cheaper. Bam! Again, taking out weak armored tanks doesn't really show you why you shouldn't be buying this tank. But this just shows how beast I am, girl. 4 kills, baby. But yeah, the armor is decent, and so far, I mean, I'm sure there are weak spots, but I don't know what they are. It's not as big as this R2-D2 from this KV-5. But I think I'd probably buy a KV. Well, the KV-5 has a stupid R2-D2, which means I would never buy it. I'd probably buy this before I'd buy the KV-5. I think this would probably make more credits just because, at least for now, it's going to be harder to find that weak spot. Also, if you see some reticle lag, I think what they did is took out the regular reticle and they put in the server side reticle, since supposedly that's not an option anymore. I don't like that because it lags around too much, and especially when I'm having high ping on like the test server, and it's hard for me to concentrate on where my shot's going and stuff, and it's pretty bad. So anyway, that's the Super Pershing. Hope you like this video. I don't know, I don't like it that much. 4 kills, 5 damage. Almost got sniper. Probably if I would have hit more, I would have got sniper. A couple wild shots, I guess. So the experience I got here was 1500, pretty good. Probably ace. I got ace tanker on the test server. And 74,000 credits, pretty nice. That's kind of what you would expect anyway from a premium tank. I don't know. I wouldn't buy this tank, I don't think. Anyway, tell me what you think. Later, guys.